Hello, and welcome to this edition of What the Hell Just Happened, the vlog that is your periscope through the murky waters of international news. I'm your host, Martin Ganapoler. We begin this week in the country of Vietnam, where an autocratic leader with delusions of grandeur, a growing stockpile of nuclear weapons, and a terrible haircut met with the premier of North Korea, Kim Jong-un. This summit was held in Hanoi, where John McCain spent 8 years as a prisoner of war, during which our current president eluded service by claiming a medical deferment for bone spurs. What was at stake in this meeting was nothing less than the nuclear safety and security of Asia and indeed the world. So, did the president build on his romantic relationship with Chairman Kim and forge a bond of mutual trust resulting in denuclearization? Hell no! What did the great negotiator who wrote The Art of the Deal get for his efforts? Bupkis. Nada. Niente. He didn't get dick. The breakdown of the summit was caused by the inability for the U.S. and North Korea to even agree on the terms of the deal. But that's not surprising, since this guy couldn't even get the House and Senate to fund his border wall when they were both Republican-controlled. And no doubt Chairman Kim knew about that too. Now, what did Kim gain for his efforts? Well, he got to thumb his nose at the President of the United States. He also got some serious commie cred as a tough negotiator, and he got to show, once again, that he can starve and enslave his own people, kill his political enemies with impunity, including American student Otto Warmbier, and threaten the West with nuclear devastation, and all this with zero consequences. In short, he now gets to play in the same league as China, Russia, and the NATO countries without contributing a damn thing towards peace, security, or human rights. Nice going, Prez. That Nobel Peace Prize is practically in your grasp. Meanwhile, back home, there were 3 days of congressional hearings featuring Michael Cohen, the now disbarred, disgraced, convicted perjurer of Long Island. Cohen, who carried out the orders of his boss, a real estate macher and reality game show host who inexplicably became president, spoke at length about the crimes he perpetrated at the behest of his boss. The gist of his testimony was that Trump is, and always has been, a racist, self-serving grifter who would do anything to gratify his needs for money, power, and sex. Just your average billionaire narcissist. The Democrats on the committee kept drilling down to get at the scope and breadth of the crimes the president tacitly commissioned. The Republicans literally pursued the liar, liar, pants on fire prosecution of Cohen's credibility, while ignoring both the evidence and the bonfire in Trump's pants. But here's the thing. In addition to his first-person account of paying off porn stars, overhearing Little Donnie Jr. confirm the now infamous Russian Trump Tower meeting, and hearing speakerphone conversations with Roger Stone in Trump's office about WikiLeaks, he also brought some documentary evidence to back it up. Did you ever watch that TV show CSI? Do you remember the tagline for that show? It was, "We don't believe the witnesses, we believe the evidence." Cohen even said he didn't expect people to believe him, which is why he brought evidence and named names of corroborating witnesses. Much of what Cohen alleges is still being investigated by the federal court in the Southern District of New York, and he wasn't allowed to comment or present evidence on these ongoing investigations. But what he did say and show was pretty darn convincing. Whatever the outcome of these hearings may be, we, the people, came just that much closer to the truth this week. And for that, I thank Congress and Mr. Cohen. Finally, we go to Eloy, Arizona to meet Jane Haynes, who celebrated her birthday this week by going skydiving for the first time. Now, this kind of thing comes naturally to Jane, who is a self-described thrill seeker and adventurer. She already hiked the Grand Canyon, went mountain climbing in Canada. She climbed ruins in Guatemala, went whitewater rafting in Alaska. But she did most of that stuff in her 70s and 80s. This week, she turned 100 years old. So she decided to jump out of an airplane for that occasion. Jane claims that she wasn't scared at all when she and her tandem jumper hit the silk at 13,000 feet. In fact, she was exhilarated by the whole thing. Her daughter, Patricia Haynes, said, quote, "She told me at one point that her life began at 60, end quote." Wow, that's pretty inspiring. I can't wait to see what she does for her 101st birthday. I just hope she hasn't always wanted to wrestle an alligator. Well, that's a wrap for this episode of What the Hell Just Happened. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.